Hens, Lauren here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today I'm bringing you a sequence all about balance. And I just wanted to talk about it a little bit before we get into it, because our balance is largely affected by how we are feeling. So, just a little reminder, if you've had one of those days where nothing has really gone right for you, this class might be kind of the perfect remedy for that and kind of bring you back to center, remind you that you still have that little bit of control, or it might kind of throw you a little bit more off kilter. Because quite often, when we come into kind of tricky, balancy postures, it doesn't necessarily matter on the body's ability to do those postures. What matters is kind of what's happening up here. So if you've got kind of like a really busy mind today, no worries. I'm not trying to discourage you from trying the class out at all, but if you are finding that you're kind of just wobbling and you're not really getting anywhere, just hit save, add this video to your watch later, and try it another day when we feel just a little bit more grounded, maybe. Just a little reminder. So always be really kind to yourselves when we're coming into these types of practices. Okay, so let's get started, and we are going to start by just a little bit of grounding. We're going to start in a child's pose. So when you're ready, coming all the way down onto your mat, and as always with our child's pose, you might like to separate the knees off towards the side, big toes come together to touch. And then slowly starting to pour the heart down, either stretching the fingertips out in front so the forehead meets the mat, or you might quite like to stack one fist on top of the other and use that as a platform for the forehead to rest on. This is particularly great if you need a little bit of help kind of sinking those hips back towards your heels. And from here, just gently start to bring the eyes to a close. Close off the outside world. And start to focus a little bit more on our internal world. Cultivating that loving, mindful awareness, just checking in with how you're feeling today. So perhaps first of all, just noticing how your body is feeling, noticing any places of tightness, maybe tension. Notice how your mind is feeling today. And as I said at the beginning, maybe the mind is feeling quite busy with all of those chattering thoughts. And if that's the case for you, again, another little reminder. If you've had kind of one of those heavy days and those thoughts are weighing heavily on your mind, know that you don't need to hold on to those thoughts. Know that you can let them go. So you can let go of what is not serving you today and keep hold of only the things that you need. So we might be working on gradually letting go of those various thoughts and feelings little by little, bit by bit. Slowly bringing in a little bit of quiet, a little bit of calm. And as we start to let go of all those little thoughts and feelings, just starting to see how your body kind of responds to this, or how the breath responds to this. So you might notice how you allow yourselves to sink a little bit deeper towards the mat. Maybe the breath gets a little bit deeper, a little bit slower. Maybe starting to take a couple more of those full, deep rounds of breath, filling up the lungs entirely, taking in all of that clean, fresh air, using it to bring a little bit of life, a little bit of energy to your body. As you exhale, there's that letting go, that release, that softness. And let's just take two more of those nice big breaths. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. One more time. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Lovely. Ever so gently, ever so mindfully. Start to gently build yourselves back up. So you're going to push down through the palms, rise up, come into a tabletop. So nestle those knees back underneath your hips. You've got those wrists underneath your shoulders. Take a moment to notice this hand to earth connection, this hasta bandha. So spreading the fingertips nice and wide, pressing the fingertips down and towards the mat. Bring a little bit more movement into our spine. So let's move through some couple rounds of cat and cow. So we dip the belly down, shine the heart forwards, lift the tailbone up to the sky, and lovely stretch across the abdominals here as we breathe in. And as we exhale, let's move towards a curve, tucking the chin down towards your chest, gazing towards your belly button, and really reach out through the back of the shoulder blades here. Let's work through that a couple more times. So inhale, we drop the belly down, we shine the heart forwards, lift the tailbone, lift the chin. Exhale, we move into our curve. Let's take one more round, maybe. And marrying that movement to your breath, having that lovely inhale to lift, and the exhale to curve. And then from here, feel free to stay with that familiar pattern of your cat and cow, or you might start to get a little bit more playful with it. So we might think about taking the torso in some circles, maybe. Getting into all those places where we get that nice deep stretch. But don't worry if you'd rather stay with that familiar arch, that familiar curve. Feel free to continue to move how you want to move today. This is just an opportunity to explore a little bit of free movement, explore how your body wants to move. And we're going to keep building on this. So again, staying on our hands and knees for a moment. Seeing how much mobility we can bring into our spine, how much fluidity we can find in our movement here. Beautiful. Lovely. So softness in the elbows as you gently kind of shift the weight side to side, front to back. And it might be quite nice to keep the eyes closed as we move like this, so we keep tuning into our bodies. So we're not worrying about what else is happening around us. If you're doing this with a friend, we're not worrying about what the friend is doing. We don't have to move in exactly the same way. Explore your own individual movement here. So let's start to build up a little bit. So you're going to press down through the balls of the feet. So tucking the toes under if they're not already. Press down through the fingertips and let's see, whilst we're moving, keep this movement going. Just start to pick the knees away from the mat. So starting to get a little bit more activation through our core. And our core is really going to help us today as we come into these balancing postures. So taking a moment to, as I say, warm up the core, start a little bit of fire in our bellies. So you might find yourselves kind of shifting into a really low, kind of almost that in-between state between your child's pose and your downward facing dog, where the knees lifted but they're nice and bent. And then you might float forwards into a little bit of a plank pose, swaying it side to side into a side plank maybe. But don't necessarily worry about a particular form here. So you're keeping this moving. And at any point you need a little bit of a break, drop the knees down and take a moment, but keep the movement going if we can. So you're warming up the wrists by circulating the shoulders round and round, clawing down through the fingertips. And then when you're ready, you can rise back up. Beautiful. So we keep this moving, keep exploring, finding places of stretch, of strength. Lovely, well done. Okay, this is one of my favorite ways to warm up the body. So you're really warming up the entire body here. Okay. Let's take one more breath in. One more breath out. And then finally, let's press it all the way back to our downward facing dog, finding that upside down V shape. And you might keep a little bend in the knees, first of all, pressing the belly back to your thighs. And then you might see if you can melt the heels down towards the mat. Don't worry if they don't meet straight away. Our first downward facing dog of the practice, so as always, it might feel a little bit more sticky here. Beautiful. Feel free to keep maybe a little echo of movement going, a little bend in one knee and then the other, sway the hips from side to side. Let's take a full round of breath here. Lovely exhale. And then inhale, looking forwards towards your fingertips, bend the knees, and start to make your journey to the top of your mat. Taking as many of these little steps as you wish, maybe seeing if we can walk heel to toe here. Beautiful. And arrive in your standing forward fold, and we're going to keep the feet hip distance apart. So toes pointing forwards, a little softness in the knees. Maybe we take a moment to catch hold of opposite elbows, have a lovely little sway from side to side. Releasing out through the shoulders, the back of the neck, the lower spine. You might even have a little shake of the wrists here. Beautiful. Okay. Take one more breath in. One more breath out. We're going to think about warming up a little bit more into our legs. So release the arms down towards the mat. Spread the toes down and towards the mat. Nice deep bend in the knees. Brush the fingertips along the mat. Lift the chest, lift the arms. Chair pose. As you come into this chair pose, always remember tucking the tailbone under. So lovely long spine. I really don't want you to be kind of sticking your bum back here because that's going to really pinch across your lower spine here. Tuck the tailbone under. Take a breath in. As we exhale, let's simply fold back down. Maybe we lengthen the legs slightly. Maybe we even swing the arms back. As we inhale, brush the fingertips, rise on up through the chest, but stay low in the hips. Let's keep that going. Exhale, fold it down. Maybe 2 more rounds of this. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, folding down. One more time. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, folding down. Beautiful. Inhale, rise up into your chair pose, but this time, palms of the hands meet together in front of your heart, thumbs lightly resting against your sternum. Again, tuck that tailbone under. Take a breath. Take an exhale. As you inhale, shift the weight into your big toes. See if you can lift up onto the balls of the feet. So lifting the heels away from the mat. Take an inhale here. Exhale, let's slowly start to lower. So you're going to come into a little toe balance here. Slow this down if we can. My glutes are feeling a little bit sore from previous practices, so I'm feeling it already. Take an inhale here. Take an exhale. Inhale, rise up, push down through the balls of the feet. Keep the heels lifted. Exhale, heels down. Twice more. Inhale, shift the weight forward, heels lift. Exhale, control this lower down. Find a steady focal point in front of you, something that's not moving. That's, again, going to help you with your balance. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Inhale, push down through the balls of the feet. Keep the heels lifted back into your chair. Exhale, heels down. One more time. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, slowly sink it down. Beautiful, well done. Take a breath here. Take an exhale. Inhale, we rise up. Let's see if we can rise all the way up. Stay up onto your tiptoes. Tuck the tailbone under, squeeze in your glutes. Nice long line throughout the body. Maybe we can shoot the fingertips up towards the sky, grow even taller. And then as we exhale, slowly release those heels down towards the mat. And then bend in the elbows, take a little cactus shape here. So from here, imagine you're squeezing your elbows back behind you, lifting up through the heart, lifting up through the chest. But again, don't forget about those glutes. Activating the glutes, a little push of the hips forward. Always thinking about protecting our spine. Take a breath. Take an exhale. Let's rain the fingertips all the way down. Hands meet at your lower spine here. And as you inhale, send the backs of the hands away. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Again, still lifting up through the heart. Big breath in. And as you exhale, a little bend in the knees. And let's flip the body up and over, diving back down to our standing forward fold. Beautiful. And you can let the weight of your hands kind of fall forwards here. Okay. Lovely. Maybe pause for a moment, bring a little bit of movement in. Bending one knee and then the other. Swaying the torso from side to side. One more inhale. One more exhale. Okay. Gently release the hands down towards the mat. Little halfway lift. Fingertips to your shins, zipping up through the spine, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the hands, and let's step it back into a plank. Finding this nice long line, and then I'm going to give you an option. Today you can either take an optional vinyasa, or you might just want to float straight back to your downward facing dog and skip the vinyasa out. But if you are moving with me today from our plank, take a breath in. Exhale, feel free to lower the knees, or you keep the knees lifted, hug the elbows in, soften all the way down towards your mat. landing like a feather, and then roll the shoulders away from the ears, rippling up through the spine, either taking a little baby cobra or you're coming up a little bit higher. Entirely your choice today. So if you're not really feeling the vinyasas, come straight on back to your down dog and we'll meet you there. If we're in our cobra, take a breath in. As we exhale, we tuck the toes under, pull the ribs in, send the hips to the sky. Hey presto, we're all in our down dog. Okay. Take a full round of breath here. Little wiggle, a little shimmy from side to side. Big breath in. Big breath out. And then let's inhale. Ground down through the left foot. Lead with the right heel to the sky, keeping the hips square. Exhale, right knee in towards the chest, gazing in between your palms, and see if you can step your right foot there. And if the right foot doesn't quite meet, feel free to take hold of the ankle and guide it further forward. Let's brush the fingertips along the mat, rise up into our little high lunge. So we're going to come into our balancing sequence of the day. So whilst you're in your high lunge, just see if you can find a moment of steadiness, thinking down in the right knee, a little softness in the back knee as well. So you're thinking of kind of lowering your center of gravity. The lower we are, the kind of more grounded we feel. Okay. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Take one more inhale. As you exhale, start to gently shift the weight into the right leg. Drag the left toes in. We're going to sweep the arms down and back. A little airplane pose. It's just for an inhale. As you exhale, bend back into the right knee. Gently step the left toes back, arms to the sky, high lunge. We're going to go twice more with that. Exhale, shift the weight forward. Sweep the arms back, a little airplane pose. Breath in. Exhale, bend the right knee, step left foot back, high lunge. Inhale here. Final time. Exhale, shift the weight forward, holding here. So see if you can find this nice long line from the crown of the head to the heel of that left foot. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Either keep the arms down by your sides, or maybe you stretch the arms out in front. Full warrior three here. Beautiful. Breath in. Exhale. See if we can sink into this right knee, belly to thigh. Lovely. Well done. Inhale. Push the ground away. Lengthen that leg. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale. Lift the chest. Left knee lifts up in towards the chest also. So again, a little standing balance here. Take a breath in. Exhale, let's wrap left knee, or left leg, around the right leg. Eagle legs here. Now with the arms, let's just bring the palms of the hands together in front of the heart. So wrapping that left leg as many times around the right as you can. Stay low in that right leg. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Inhale, let's open the arms back out to that cactus shape. Exhale, rain the fingertips down. See if we can interlace the fingertips at our lower spine. You're still with those eagle legs. Inhale, back the hands away, lift up through the heart, lift up through the chest. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, push the ground away through the right foot, left knee into the chest. Exhale, keeping the hands the same, brush the left foot along the mat. Swing it back behind you. Again, another variation of our airplane, keeping the hands in place. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Soften into the right knee. Step left toes back. Take a moment to feel grounded down through both feet. Hands are still interlaced behind you. And then you're going to pivot the toes to face the long edge of your mat. So the toes are turned in slightly. Heels are out. Big breath in. And as we exhale, lovely little hinge at your hips. Folding forward. Wide leg forward fold. Sending the back of the hands up to the sky, allowing the weight of your hands to fall forward. If this is a little bit too much on your shoulders, feel free to maybe bring hands to hips or fingertips down towards the mat. You can also have a little softness in the knees here. A little play around, a little sway from side to side, so don't feel as though you have to be stuck or still. Let's hold for one more breath. One more exhale. And then inhale. Keep the hands interlaced, but bend the knees. Roll up through the spine. Beautiful, coming all the way back up to standing. Now from here, we're going to turn to face the opposite leg. So you're going to turn your left toes to point towards the back of the mat. Lifting back heel, you're in a high lunge on the other side. Hands still interlaced back behind you, breath in. Breath out. Okay, let's shift the weight into the left leg this time, she says, wobbling all over the place. Take a breath in. So again, into that kind of variation of a warrior three or airplane. But this time, maybe see if we can dive the chest a little bit further down, lifting the right leg even higher. Spread those left toes into the mat. Try not to look towards your left ankle here. It's probably doing a little bit of a dance. One more inhale. One more exhale. Release the hands. Lift the chest. Standing balance again, so arms reach up to the sky, right knee into the chest. Exhale, eagle legs on the other side. So you sink into the left knee, wrap the right leg around the left as many times. Let's come into full eagle. We're going to bring the arms out in front, and you're going to cross left arm underneath the right, crossing at the elbows. You may just want to bring the palms of the hands to your shoulders here. You may be able to bring the backs of the hands together, or the palms of the hands together. Your choice. Full round of breath. Stay low. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, push the ground away through the left foot. Unravel the arms. We're going to open out to a half moon. So you're going to start to open towards the right. Send right leg back behind you. Stacking right shoulder, right hip on top of the left. Right arm reaches to the sky. Left fingertips, whoop, down towards the mat. Bit of a shaky day for me today, guys. So hopefully you're doing a little bit better than I am. Reach up through the right fingertips. Maybe left hand is down towards the mat, or maybe you're using a block here to bring the ground up to you. Take a breath. Take an exhale. Now this next bit is a little bit tricky, but let's see how we go. We're going to work towards sugar cane. So let's bend into the right knee. Let's see if we can take hold of the outside edge of the right foot with the right hand. Still pushing the ground away through the left foot. Maybe we can kick that right foot into the hand. Full round of breath here. Exhale. Now this is just a fun little challenge, so don't worry if it goes wrong. It might go wrong for me. Let's see if we can push the ground away through the left foot, lift the chest. Oh, no. Let's try that again. Okay. So we're going to work from our sugar cane into our dancer. So take your time. Push the ground away through the left foot. Rise up. Keep the hips square, or a little wobble here. Stretch the left fingertips away. Kick right foot into the hand. Woo, if you made it, well done. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Oh gosh, I'm wobbling all over the place today. One of those days for me as well. Let's gently release the right foot. Keep right knee lifted if we can in towards the chest, standing balance. Final breath in. Exhale, release the right foot down. Cactus in the arms. Lift it through the heart. Lift it through the chest. Rain the fingertips down. Lovely, hands interlace at your lower spine. Inhale, back to the hands away. Lift it through the heart. Exhale, dive it down. Beautiful, well done. Okay, so again, have a little wiggle from side to side here. And that is our sequence on the first side. So again, there's a couple of surprises in there. That sugarcane to dancer is a very tricky transition. Usually we go the other way around. Sugarcane to dancer to sugarcane. But I thought, hey, let's try something new today. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Release the hands down towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips to shins, zipping on up. Exhale, forward. Bend the knees, plant the hands, and stepping it back to plank. Remember, you have the option here of optional vinyasa or straight back to down dog, your choice. Big breath in. Exhale, knees down or knees lifted, landing like a feather down onto your bellies. Inhale, roll the shoulders away into your variation of cobra. Lovely, shoulders away from the ears here. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. And if you're not there already, tuck the toes under, pull the ribs in. Send the hips to the sky. And we all meet downward facing dog. Okay. Feel free to take a couple of moments here. Get a little stretch down the back of the legs. Let the head hang heavy. Swaying the head, nodding the head. One more breath in. One more breath out. Ground down through the right foot this time. Inhale, lead with the left heel to the sky. Exhale, left knee in towards the chest, gazing in between your palms. Softly step the left foot there. And then when you're ready, brush the fingertips, rise up, high lunge. Okay. So again, just taking a moment to find a little bit of sturdiness here. Lowering our center of gravity, hips are driving forward, keeping the ribs pulled in, heart nice and lifted. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. One more inhale. As you exhale, a little shift forwards into the left leg, drag the right toes in, airplane. So don't feel as though you have to come all the way parallel down towards the ground for this first one. Breath in. Exhale, softening the left knee, step right toes back. Lovely. Inhale as you send the arms to the sky. Twice more, here we go. Exhale, shift the weight forward. Little airplane pose. Inhale. Exhale, soften left foot, step right foot back. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale this time, holding it, so shift the weight forward. Maybe finding this long line this time. Big inhale. Big exhale. Either keep the arms reaching back, or maybe you can stretch the arms out in front. Lovely, I'm cheating. I've got the wall in front of me. Take an inhale. Exhale, sink into that left knee, belly to thigh, stay low. And then push the ground away, rise back up. Beautiful, shaky legs. Inhale, rise up, standing balance, right knee to chest. Big inhale here. Exhale, little softness in the left leg, wrap right leg around the left. The left leg is probably feeling it by now, okay. Maybe let's just take the palms of the hands towards the heart this time. Inhale to your cactus. Steady focal point, lift up through the heart. Exhale, rain the fingertips down. Interlace the fingertips, back to the hands away, squeeze those shoulder blades together, slow and steady. Breath in, breath out. Inhale, let's rise up, lift the right knee. Exhale, brush the sole of the right foot along the mat. Into your warrior three. Keeping the hands where they are, beautiful, well done. Breath in here, breath out. Soften into the left leg, step the right toes back, rise up. Pivot the feet around, again to face the long edge of your mat. Toes in, heels out. Big breath in here. And exhale, hinging at your hips, folding forward. So this forward fold might be feeling a little bit more welcome in our bodies now. So again, feel free to feel into it, have a little move around. Don't feel as though you have to be stuck here. That left leg is probably particularly feeling it right now, so don't worry about the even it out on the right. One more breath in here. One more breath out. Inhale. Let's bend in the knees, roll up through the spine, rising up. And then you're gently going to pivot the feet to face the original top of your mat. So high lunge, right leg in front, left leg back behind. Lifting the left heel, hands are still interlaced here. Take an inhale. Exhale, shift the weight into the right leg. And then moving through that warrior three. But seeing if we can dive the chest down a little bit lower, lifting that left leg a little bit higher. Beautiful. Remember not to gaze at your right foot. Doing a little dance there. Take a breath in. Take a breath out. Release the hands. Rise all the way up. Hands to the sky. Left knee into the chest. Beautiful. Okay. Inhale here. Exhale. Sink into the right knee. Wrap left leg around the right as many times as you can. Release the arms out in front. Full eagle this time. Right elbow comes underneath the left. Palms of the hands to the shoulders. Back stands together. Or palms to hands together. Lovely, well done. Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Push the ground away through the right foot. Unravel the arms. Open out to your half moon. So you're going to stretch left leg back behind you. Stacking the left side body on top of right. Left fingertips reach up, right fingertips reach down. Either to a block or maybe all the way to the ground here. Beautiful. Full round of breath. Breath in. Breath out. Move towards your sugarcane, bend into the left knee. Left hand takes hold of the outside edge of the left ankle. Keep pushing that left foot into the left hand. And let's see, just see if we can rise up from our sugarcane to our dancer. So we lift the chest to really push the ground away through the right foot. Oh, that was a bit steadier than it was on the other side. And then when you're ready, stretch right fingertips away. Still kick that left foot out in front, out behind you. One more full round of breath. Exhale. Gently release the left foot. Both hands to the sky, left knee into the chest. You're nearly there. Breath in. Exhale, left foot down. Oh, cactus shape with the elbows. Oh, well done. Breath in. Exhale, rain the fingertips down. Interlace your hands behind you. Send the backs of the hands away. And exhale, fold forward. Fabulous. Well done, everyone. Okay. Take a breath in here. Find some movement. Breath out. Release the hands down towards the mat. Halfway lift. Fingertips to shins. Zipping on up. Exhale, forward. And then from here, let's just come into a little malasana. So you're going to heel toe the feet mat distance apart, toes pointing out, heels in. And then sinking down in the knees into your malasana. Beautiful. So gradually working our way back down towards the ground. As you come into your malasana, if it's a little bit too intense for your hips, feel free to walk the feet in slightly closer together to allow the heels to lift. Or you could use a couple of blocks, a couple of cushions underneath your sit bones to give you that little bit more height. Maybe fingertips are down for a little bit more support, or maybe the palms of hands are pressed together, elbows into the inner creases of the knees. Let's just take 2 breaths in here. Slow it down. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more big breath in. And big breath out. Beautiful. Now from here, without using your hands, maybe stretch the fingertips forwards and gently guide. Sit bones down towards the mat. Try not to crash down too much there, but if you did, land with a little bit of force, no worries. Okay, let's have a good old shake of those legs. So extend the legs down in front and just give them a good old shake, a good old shimmy. Beautiful. Let the ankles kind of go a bit floppy here. Don't forget to shake out the calves. Okay. And we're just going to work through a nice deep stretch for the legs now. Okay. So from here, sitting up nice and tall, we're going to start with a little half hero. So you're going to bend left knee in towards the chest, hugging it in nice and tight. And then you're going to fold the left foot back behind you. So you're aiming to bring this left heel on the outside of this left hip. You might find you kind of lean towards the right here. If that happens for you, push down through the right fingertips to bring you back through center so you're still grounded down through both sit bones. If you are really struggling here, again, use blocks, use cushions to give yourselves that little bit more height. The top of the left foot is down towards the mat, so this can feel a little bit intense for both the arch of the foot and the ankle. So if it does get a little bit intense or we really need to come out of this, feel free to maybe bring left toes out to the side, make it a little bit easier. Or you can just come all the way out of it and let the left knee fall out to the side. So rather than having it an internal rotation, you can allow the knee to externally rotate, okay? So wherever you are, fingertips down by your sides, take a breath in, breath out. And then maybe let's see if we can take the hands back. Now as you start to lean back into the hands here, just keep having that reminder, we're not pushing the heart to the sky, we're not coming into a back bend. We want to pull the ribs in, tuck the tailbone under. So we almost want to go the opposite way here. Okay, if this is all right for you, maybe we can go a little bit further, maybe we can come down onto our elbows. Again, you're still tucking the tailbone under here, trying to get your lower spine to almost come down towards the mat here. And you may be able to, if it's in your bodies, if it's in your practice today, to come all the way down onto your backs, but try to keep that left knee down towards the mat and also encouraging lower spine to meet the mat. So for some of us, maybe we can come into this and it feels all right at first, but after a while it starts to get a little bit tricky, a little bit of pinching in our lower spine. So if you feel like that's you or you're feeling like coming down onto your back is an absolute no for you today, no worries. Come back onto your elbows or come back onto your hands even. But yeah, to whatever height works for you. So wherever we are, let's maybe take 2 more breaths. So this is a nice big stretch for the front of the thigh, the hip flexor. Lovely. One more inhale. One more exhale. Let's gently come all the way back up. Take your time here, rising back up to the sky. Use use both hands to help you to guide that left knee back up. And again, if it's not already, now we can let that left knee fall out to the side. And you're actually going to open out a little bit more to the long edge of your mat here. Right leg pretty much stays where it is. So right arm lands on the inside of the right leg. Let's sweep that left arm up and over. So a lovely stretch across the left side body, across the lower spine. Also a little bit of hamstring stretch down through the back of this right leg. Beautiful. Okay. So let's spend a few moments here. Try to keep rolling that left shoulder back if we can. Beautiful. Take one more inhale. And one more exhale. As we inhale, let's rise all the way up and over. And then from here, taking hold of that left knee, bring it back in towards the chest, turning to face back towards the front. And you're just going to lift that left foot and cross it over the right leg. Press that left big toe down in towards the mat. Nice tall spine here. See if we can hug left thigh in towards the chest with the right forearm, right arm. And then we're going to reach left arm to the sky, big stretch up. Exhale, circle left arm back behind you, fingertips meet the mat. Use that as a kickstand to keep the spine nice and tall as we twist round towards the left, so gently wringing the body out here. Let's just hold for an inhale. As we exhale, maybe we can go that little bit deeper. And then as we inhale, let's completely unravel. Come all the way around, take a little counter twist round towards the right, so hands down towards the right, lightly dip the chin and the chest down. And then we can rise up back through center. Simply uncrossing the left leg. Let's do all of that on the other side. So half hero on the other side. So again, right knee into the chest and then folding right foot back behind you. So all the same options apply here. So again, if you feel like you're leaning towards the left, push down through the left fingertips to keep the spine nice and tall. Use blocks, use whatever props you need to hand. Take care of the ankle of the arch. If it's getting a little bit crampy there, know that you can ease out of it. Try to keep the knees together if we can. And then aiming to come to the same place where we were on the other side, okay? So if you were just upright as you are, again, stay here. If you came down into the hands, maybe we come back here. Again, tucking the tailbone under, pull the ribs in. Maybe you were down on your elbows, or maybe you came all the way down onto your backs. Come to where feels good and accessible for you. So don't feel as though you have to force yourself into a place where you know you're not going to benefit, okay? Let's take 2 breaths. Lovely, well done. Keep really tucking that tailbone under. Almost like you're trying to bring your belly button towards your lower spine here. One more inhale. And one more exhale. Let's gently make our way back up. Push down through the palms, rising back up to the sky. And then from here, use your hands to help you to gently bring that right knee to point up. And then allow that right knee to fall out to the side. So again, open towards the right a little bit more this time. So your right heel comes a little bit closer towards your groin. Left hand on the inside of the left leg. We reach right arm up and over into that juicy stretch. This is a lovely stretch across your lower spine, across the right side body here. Beautiful. And try to really extend out through that right arm. That's going to allow you to get a deeper stretch. So rather than having a bend in the elbow and letting the wrist hang heavy, thinking about really extending out through the fingertips. One more breath in here. One more breath out. Let's inhale, rise all the way back up. Oh, beautiful. Okay. And then taking hold of right knee, bring it back in towards the chest, coming to face back towards the front. And you're going to cross right leg over the left this time. Pressing that right big toe down towards the mat. Wrap left arm around the right thigh, circle right arm forward and up. Nice tall spine. And exhale, right fingertips down towards the mat behind you. Beautiful. Keep both shoulders away from the ears. Hold for an inhale. And again, as we exhale, maybe we can go that a little bit deeper. Beautiful. Inhale, let's unravel. Little counter twist round towards the left hand side this time, so both hands come down. Lightly dip the chin and the chest down. And coming back up through center. Beautiful. Okay. And crossing that right leg, stretching both legs out in front. Take a moment to peel the flesh away from the sit bones. Sitting up nice and tall, peel the toes back towards the face. And let's just take a big breath in, reach up towards the sky. As we exhale, hinging at the hips. Lovely, well done. Coming into a seated forward fold. So as you come into the seated forward fold, your fingertips might meet the toes. They might just take hold of the shins or the ankles, or they might just want to rest either side of the legs. All of those options are absolutely okay. So just choose which works best for you today. If you want to take a more active stretch and kind of have that gentle tug on the feet, it's not so much a kind of pulling sensation and forcing the body there. It's just a kind of gentle anchor to guide the chest a little bit further down towards the shins. But if you're happy just kind of softening into the stretch in your own time, that's totally okay too. I'm going to stay here for a little bit longer, perhaps 3 breaths, slow and steady. Lovely. 2 more breaths now. 1 more. Lovely, well done. And then from here, slowly walk the fingertips back towards you, rolling back up through the spine. And then bend the knees as you go so the soles of the feet come down towards the mat. You might need to have a little shimmy further forward. And all you're going to do, nice and gentle, roll down through the spine, onto your back. Bring the knees into the chest as you go. Oh, just take a moment to really just kind of soften and ground down into your mat. Allow the spine to kind of decompress here. Have a couple of sways from side to side. Beautiful, giving the spine a little massage. And if there's any movement that's particularly calling to you right now, if you feel like your spine needs a bit more wringing out here, if you need a couple more spinal twists, feel free to come into that. Perhaps you want to really press the lower spine down and towards the mat, so maybe you come into your happy baby. Or maybe you're just happy where you are, just taking a moment, calming everything back down. So as always, this is your practice. Feel free to move in your own way. So you're always benefiting from the practice. Don't feel as though you have to do anything you don't particularly want to. Okay. And then once you've finished whatever movement you may have been exploring, or you're happy to come into your Shavasana, let's start to make our way there now. So you might just gently allow the soles of the feet to come down towards the mat, allow the knees to knock together. This again is particularly good for our spines if you want to be really nice and grounded through the entirety of your spine. You might send the legs out long if that feels good for you, and allow the legs to be slightly separated here so the feet can flop out to the side. You can also separate the arms away from the body, creating a little bit of space in between in the armpits here. And really allow the bodies to sink where you are now. So sinking into your mat, sinking into the ground beneath you. The mat's almost acting like a hammock for your body, really cushioning and supporting the body after being nourished by our balancing practice today. And after spending so much time floating around in the air, it's always good to just gently welcome yourselves back to earth. Again, letting go little by little, bit by bit, so we can melt deeper and deeper. As always, you can stay here for as long as you need, indulging in this peace, this calm, this quiet, but perhaps finishing all together with, again, those 3 deep, cleansing, grounding breaths. Take a big breath in through the nose. And sigh out through the mouth with a sigh. Twice more. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more time. Big breath in. Big breath out. And if you're ready to bring some movement in, feel free to go ahead now and slowly wake yourself up. But as I say, if you want to stay here for a little bit longer, pause the video, ignore me, and go at your own pace. But maybe the body is gently starting to wake back up by moving in a way that feels natural and authentic to you. Maybe you're taking that nice big stretch, having a good old yawn here on your mat. Maybe you pull the knees back in towards the chest, really whatever feels good here. And then again, you can exhale and you can soften all the way back down. And then eventually choosing a side, be it the left or the right, and roll all the way over onto that one side. No need to rush. You might pause there for a moment, make your little pillow with the hands for the head to rest on. Or you might gradually push down through the palms to gently lift yourselves all the way up and see if we can keep the eyes closed, staying in that real mindful place. Finding your sit bones again nestle down in towards the mat. Spine lifts up nice and tall, crown of the head towards the sky. Shoulders down and away from those ears. Palms of the hands just resting on top of the knees. And as always, let's seal our practice with the final blessing. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you at night. May the rain wash away your worries. And may the breeze blow new strength throughout your being. And may you walk through the world knowing its beauty all the days of your life. And with that, we bring the palms of the hands together in front of the heart. And we bow. Namaste. Namaste, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for another practice from your cozy homes. I hope you enjoyed it. A couple of challenges in there, a couple of surprises in there maybe, but as I say, hope you enjoyed it. So have a lovely rest of your day, and of course, I will see you next week with another free class from me. See you then. Mwah.